I thought my kids were dead.
Daniel Jeter says he's traumatized after being woken up at 2 in the morning by a terrifying noise coming from his son's bedroom. The family lives in a top-floor apartment at the Weeksville Gardens public housing development in Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
I was in the next room, and we just heard this big, loud crash. And we jumped up, and we just heard screaming. And I ran in here, and they were covered.
Jeter's son and his girlfriend were buried under huge chunks of water-soaked plaster and insulation. The entire ceiling above them had collapsed. Jeter's son says he had noticed the troublesome ceiling was leaking before it gave way.
It started coming down like heavy. By the time I could look up, everything came down, like the whole ceiling came down.
It was crazy. It was like terrifying.
Jeter frantically pulled the couple out from under piles of debris. Fortunately, they were not seriously injured. He blames the horrifying incident on the New York City Housing Authority. He claims the agency did an unacceptable job addressing several leaking ceiling complaints he's filed over the years. The ceiling in another room collapsed 1 year ago, and part of the living room ceiling gave way on Friday.
Instead of fixing it, they just patched it up. Every time something happened, they patched it up. And they waited until it got bigger and it exploded.
NYCHA called the collapse unacceptable, adding, "We must do better to provide all residents the safe, clean, and connected communities they deserve." The agency is repairing the ceiling, but didn't comment on prior complaints. Jeter's neighbors are worried the leaky ceilings they've complained about are next.
I definitely want the city to be responsible, to know that this is their negligence. They let this happen, not us.
The family has no insurance to pay to replace the property they lost in the collapse. They say they plan to seek legal advice moving forward. In Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Hazel Sanchez, CBS 2 News.